Hello everybody, good morning. This is Wednesday. Ding, Wednesday. Now today folks, I have more tales from scenes from an historic Forfarshire, or whatever that book's called, by William Marshall. So today we're going up towards Glen, Denoon and Glen Ogilvy. It's just outside past Carnoustie. It's on my not Carnoustie, past Glamis, and it's on my favourite road, the A938. That winds along that little glen, man. I love that road, so that's where we're heading today. And as I said, I've got a couple of tales to tell you. Yes, once more, a couple of tales. I know. Oh, Jag, get on with it. Just get on with it, Jag. We like the mundane stuff. We don't want the historical stuff. But today, folks, I'm afraid you'll have to put up with some historical stories. Just a couple, just two, I promise you. It won't take long. Thank you. Right folks, so here we are at the start of Glen Ogilvy. It goes all the way up here. It's a nice narrow single track road and it's a couple of miles long, so we'll see what's at the top here. I don't think there's anything sort of en route of interest, but we'll just go. There's no sort of bridge just over there, look. But other than that, at the moment, not much to report, folks. Right, so that little river that you would have seen there, folks, that was called the Ogilvy Burn. Fine enough. Now, there's a few rivers that run through this glen. We have the Piper Den Burn. There is the Breedy Burn, the Ward Burn, the Kermode Burn, and the Disused Quarries. Oh, that's nothing to do with it. Sorry, that's something else. Right, but that's the main sort of little rivers that run through Glen Ogilvy. So this is it on the map, folks. And this is the end of it, Nether Handwick. Right folks, well that's the end of it already. I only drove about 5 minutes and I'm at Nether Handwick, I suppose this is called. And there just seems to be a lot of disused sort of barns and things. I don't think anybody lives here, man, but that's just that's rather disappointing that it ends up here. We've got some old sort of machinery and that's about it. That's it, folks. Very disappointing indeed, I must say. Yeah, there is a story attached to this glen about St Donveld, who had 9 daughters. They were called the 9 Maidens, and they lived in the glen here somewhere, and they lived off barley, water, and bread. And that's what they did. They were very pious, and they were virgins, and the 9 of them. So they were regarded in high esteem by the locals. Now, King Garnard. Yes, indeed, there are lots of these grouse beats here. Now, King Garnard, who was king of the Picts in the 8th century, heard about these 9 maidens living somewhere here. Now, I can only think they must have they were living in the woods similar, so there's woods over there, or in the hills, but I don't know, man. So he came across them and took them away from here, and took them away to his lands in Abernethy and gave them lands, but they died there because they weren't happy. So that's the story of the 9 maidens, and there is a sort of like a pilgrimage place at Abernethy where pilgrims descended upon en masse to pay homage to these 9 maidens, but I don't think it's there anymore, folks. But as I said, it's rather disappointing. Just an old barn, and goodness knows where these 9 pious and virginal maidens could have been. Oh well, on to the next glen then. Folks, I took a road just off there towards Dryburn, so I'm kind of coming back on myself. That's Glen Ogilvy just over there. But I found this rather abandoned, well not abandoned, it's, oh no, I've just stood in something, what the hell was that? Oh, something from the countryside, no doubt. I've just come across this really isolated park bench, everybody, park bench, in memory of Fred Dargie, 1950 to 2009, placed here by his friends. And it's got a magnificent view right over Glen Ogilvy and Glen Denoon, way over to Glamis over there. Fantastic, what a view, man. But what a lovely place to have a park bench, nice and isolated there, look at that. Awesome. So there it is. Memory of Fred Dargie. So that's where we are at the moment, folks. I was a bit fortuitous there. I just drove down this little bit of road to there's a house here, and this car was driving up the road. So if I'd been 2 minutes earlier, I would have had to, I don't know, reverse back or something, because these tracks are hellish, man. Single track road. If you meet anything on this road and you're knackered, one of you is going to have to go back the way. And if I've been a tractor, and these people sort of obviously own the road and the bits of land here, so they'd expect you to sort of move backwards, wouldn't you? Right, now then, I'm driving back down from Dryburn, back onto Glen Ogilvy Road, and then onto Glen Denoon Road. Just as I was speaking, folks, there it is, the big blue tractor. It never fails. So I'm going to have to sit here for a bit now, folks. There's a Ducot just right there. To admit, folks, my interest in Ducots has waned a little bit since I've realised that you can't really get into them, and there's not much to see, and they're all the same. They're all that sort of slopey shaped sort of thing, and there's not much. They're just for dudes, really, weren't they? So yeah, my interest has waned a little bit. There's a signpost up here. Let's see what this says. I know I shouldn't be driving on this, folks. Hang on. This is a path up there to Charleston. Okay, it must just be along that way. But we're going up here, folks. That's where we're going. Right, folks, what we're looking for coming up the Glen Denoon is this this rather steep-sided hill. Now we're just going to stop here, folks. There's a steep-sided hill with a Roman fort on top of it, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get up to it because, well, here we go, look, hang on. I'm not actually sure where the hill is, hang on. Let's check them. There's the Roman fort on top of it. There it is. That's obviously the only hill I can see, and it does fit in with the map, so that's it. Found it. There's no way I'm getting up that, man, is there? Yes, that's the hill. Oh, my car just stopped. I can't have that. Right, that's the hill. Right, there's an old Roman fort on there, folks, and it's really well protected, seemingly, and it's quite hard to get up, quite steep. So I'm not going to bother attempting that. Plus, I'd have to walk all the way along up there. But there's a bit of a story attached to this one. The only sort of local story that I could find was that the Gilchrist in 1207. I'm just reading this, folks, because I got it all wrong yesterday. You saw my temper tantrums. I do apologise about that. Gilchrist, he granted. No, it's going back to the Church of Morose, which is in my area, sort of thing. And I love Morose, but the only sort of story I could find attached to anything to do with this area was the Gilchrist III Earl granted the Church of Morose to Arbroath Abbey as a penance for some treacherous crime that he committed, and he never turned up for his trial, so he was outlawed, this Gilchrist, outlawed for years and years, and he went down to England, and then a new law came out that he wasn't allowed down there, so he had to come back up to Scotland, and he moved from place to place, and he was really, really destitute. And one day he came upon the king with his entourage, and he begged forgiveness to the king. He fell on his hands and knees, and the king felt so sorry for this Gilchrist that he pardoned him and gave him back his powers and his lands and everything. But in the meantime, Gilchrist was hiding in this Roman fort up here. He took it to the hills and was hiding up there. But that's it, folks. That's the only exciting thing I can find about this this area. Folks, I've stopped. I think I can't go any further. There's a house here. I think it's the farmer's house. Obviously, I've stopped here, and I can't go any further. But there is a road that does lead sort of down there, but it's just impassable. I've come as far as I possibly can. But Glen Denoon is a lovely little glen. It's really picturesque. And I've just passed this bunch of walkers. So there must be a path that goes all the way along there. There's a Ducot, another Ducot sitting there. And look at this view. That's actually a really nice view. Apart from being really muddy here, it's a lovely view. And there's an old abandoned house that I saw back there. So I'm not going to try and get into that, folks. But other than that, I've come to the end of this glen anyway. So the path does go meandering down there, but I think it's for tractors only, really. You can see, folks, on it goes. Right, we just had a fantastic little meeting there with the ladies of some sort of hill walking club there. They said you can get up to the hill fort, no problem. It's a bit of a muddy track, but once you get up there, the views are fantastic. They've just come up there. But what I've come here for, folks, I'm going to have a little nosy at this old relic here. Of them. Well, I must say, folks, that Glen Denoon is by far the better of the two glens there. It's a lot more picturesque, a lot more hills and things around, and yeah, it's just an all round. It's more enclosed, and it's got that old fort, the old Roman fort up on that hill up there, folks. So I keep pointing to the wrong thing. Is it? Where is it? There. I can't see. Hang on. Get those shades off for once. There. Is that it? That's it. I think that's it. That's it. There it is. So fantastic. Is that more? There's more to the house over here, folks. Hang on. It's the police. Oh, I'm in. That's unexpected. Oh, this one stinks in here. Right, folks, now you've heard of the Las Vegas Strip, and you've heard of what else here, Route 66 and all these kind of famous roads, but this one here, folks, that I'm on right now, this one's called the Merley Strip. It's a strip of land that goes from the Glen Denoon all the way down to the main road, and it takes you sort of onto the Easy sort of area. Fantastic. Look at all these woods here, man. Look at this. There's a nice big dip in the hill. I'm going to go and see what's at the other side of it. I could drive down, but I've not done much walking. It's all been sort of driving today down the glens and things, but it's been a lovely afternoon or morning, early morning. And these areas, Bro and I can come here and go for walks. Oh yeah, look at this dip down here, man, look. Wow. And this will take me back onto sort of familiar ground down there. The Easy, we've got the Easy Stone down there, which we'll probably go and have a look at. But there it is, folks, the Merley Strip. The strip, the Merley Strip. I don't know what it's called Well, there's a place called Merley down there, but I don't know why it's on the map as the Merley strip. Amazing. There you go, folks. This could be a future picnic spot right here, folks. There's a nice little sort of lay-by with a gate and paths leading off into the woods. Just here, look at this, hang on. Just down here. I don't know where that goes. I think it ends up in Charleston. No, it'll be Easton. If you head that way into the path, there's a path there, look. And we'll just be a walk through the woods, I'd imagine. So yeah, a nice summertime spot just to sit and chill. Great views. Bro and I sort of like these sort of areas. They're nice and quiet. Right, we'll mark that one on the map as a picnic spot. Postage bean! No, I don't know. I never ordered anything this big, man. What on earth is it? I don't know, man. I've ordered a couple of wee things like fidget sort of toys and things, but nothing big like this, man. What is it? Well, it's a plain box. I am intrigued, man. There's a couple of labels, but they're covered up. So here we go. Do you know my mate Stanley? Now be really careful. Did you watch Frankie's video where he was cutting something open with a knife and he just about split his fingers open? Jeez, oh. Oh, right, okay, this is it, man. Right, excellent. I know what this is now. I did order it. I didn't think it'd be this big. Now, this is something I told you about the other day. I was all excited because it's going to be a new thing in Jag Lives. We're going to be going fishing, folks. I didn't think the rope would be that big. Goodness me, it's got a massive thing on it. Look. Right. Oh, goodness me, look at that. This was only £6 and it's humongously large. And this is the thing that's going to attach onto the end of the rope, folks, because we're going to be going magnet fishing. Yes, we are. Wow, this is massive. Let's hope the magnets are of a decent quality because, oh yeah, there we go. Now what you do is just basically throw that into the water and it will pick up all the bits of metal that are down there. So it's quite a strong I was going to say Neolithic, but it's not Neolithic because they didn't have magnets in the Neolithic days, did they? I wish I had this today. I could have gone and tried them on the lakes. Probably would have thrown up some more fishing toys, some old farming toys. But yeah, look at that, picking up everything, man. Crikey, I better be careful because picks up everything. Well, that's good. I'm excited by this, folks. This is going to be a new 2-minute wonder for Jag. Obviously, this will be it'll just last 2 minutes. Right, I'll put it back in this little case. It's like it comes in some sort of special radar-proof box, isn't it? It's like so powerful. Oh, it does. It seems to protect everything when it's in this box. There's nothing to be picked up. Yeah, but that bit gets picked up. Goodness. Right, okay, so we'll go down to the water's edge and we'll try that. We'll have Bro, I think we'll take Bro down with me to try that out because it's something you want to share with somebody, isn't it? But look at that, goodness me, you get a big lot of paracord there with it and a nice carabiner. And all that was £6. Most impressed, man. Right. There you go, that just ties on there, does it tie on? Right. Yep, there we go. So, yep, that's a new thing to do. Fantastic. Thank you.